When other little girls wanted to be ballet dancers, I kind of wanted to be a vampire. I've been reckless, but I'm not a rebel without a cause. I went through a period when I felt my film characters were having more fun than I was. It might partly explain why I ended up tattooed or doing certain extreme things in my life. I didn't die young. So I am very lucky. There are other artists and people that didn't survive certain things. People can imagine that I did the most dangerous, and I did the worst, for many reasons. I shouldn't be here. I always felt caged, closed in, like I was punching at things that weren't there. I always had too much energy for the room I was in. I was the punk outsider who nobody messed with. I was fearless. At 16, I graduated and moved out. If I didn't have my films as an outlet for all the different sides of me, I would probably be locked up. I don't see the point of doing an interview unless you're going to share the things you learn in life and the mistakes you make. So to admit that I'm extremely human and have done some dark things, I don't think makes me unusual or unusually dark. I think it actually is the right thing to do, and I'd like to think it's the nice thing to do. I'm not somebody that thinks about destiny and fate, but I don't walk away from it when something unfolds. I like everything. Boyish girls, girlish boys, the heavy and the skinny. Which is a problem when I'm walking down the street. I like someone who is a little crazy but coming from a good place. I think scars are sexy because it means you made a mistake that led to a mess. It's my husband's blood, which is beautiful to me, you know. Some people like diamonds around their necks or things like that. I think that's beautiful. And it makes me, it's his life. I'm still a bad girl. I still have that side of me, it's just in its place now, it belongs to Brad. Or our adventures. Not a lot of people get to see a movie where their parents fell in love. What's going to be funny is when they think mom and dad are a little bit cool. Because right now, we're not cool mom and dad. I am very lucky with Brad. He is a real gentleman, but he is also a real man's man. He's got the wonderful balance of being an extraordinary, great, loving father, a very, very intelligent man, and physically he's a real man. Brad has expanded my life in ways I never imagined. We built a family. He is not just the love of my life, he is my family. I hold that very dear. I suppose what I've learned from Brad is to be able to have the kind of family whose happiness and well-being comes before your own. I'm very, very grateful to have such a loving family, and I wouldn't have that without him. Sometimes I think my husband is so amazing that I don't know why he's with me. I don't know whether I'm good enough. But if I make him happy, then I'm everything I want to be. We've explained to them, our children, that our commitment when we decided to start a family was the greatest commitment you could possibly have. Once you have 6 children, you're committed. Before she married Pitt. It's such a beautiful and sexy quality in a man when he takes his responsibilities as a father very seriously. I still get very emotional when I watch Brad play with the children. He is so naturally devoted and joyful around them. The great thing about having a bunch of kids is they just remind you that you're the person who takes them to go poop. That's who you are. We want to make sure we don't build a family so big that we don't have absolutely enough time to raise them each really well. Children are clearly a commitment, a bigger commitment than marriage. It's for life. With my family, I'm trying to raise them to have respect for all people and make friends around the world and feel at home with the world and really live a truly global life, because I think it's what forms them and it's really important to me. The center of my life is my kids. I woke up at 3 in the morning with 4 kids with jet lag and 2 babies. I put myself together for a few hours and go out. And then I go home. This is my job.